everyone! It's nearly the end of February, so I thought you'd be interested in seeing the patterns that I've bought since the beginning of 2025. I think I've bought all the style art patterns I need at the moment. So these are all patterns from Itch to Stitch, and some of them have featured in my Itch to Stitch winter wardrobe plans. So you will see them again in this video. Keep watching until the end because I do actually have some news about my Itch to Stitch winter capsule, but I'll tell you about that later on. Let's get on with the patterns. I'll start up as always with the little short sleeve tops. The first short sleeve top I have to show you is the Isidro top here. Now you will have seen this before because it does appear in my winter wardrobe plans. The one I chose for my winter wardrobe was this style here. You can either have the top with or without sleeves, as you can see. The sleeves are kind of little flitter sleeves, and the sleeveless version has a bound armhole. Both versions have a pleat at the centre front here, which takes the top a little bit out of the ordinary, and it's a beyond basic top. So yeah, that's my first pattern, the Isidro top. A pattern that I thought was really beautiful for both spring and summer is the Vienna tank. It's not a tank as you would think of it. It's not a knitted tank. It's a woven tank, but it does have knitted accents. So here it is. You can either have it with a neck frill or without a neck frill. And this version with a neck frill also has kind of a pleat down the front as a front accent, but the one without the neck frill doesn't. Now, obviously you can mix and match those two features, but I'm more interested in the plainer version, as I'm sure you would know already if you know me at all. It does have pleats at the top of the going into the yoke here, and a back yoke pleat too. So yeah, a really nice versatile top because you can make it in very light woven or you can make it in knit as well, but the ruffles and the tie I believe are for woven fabrics. So you can use up some stash or little bits of remnants with this pattern. See this top being worn with a really nice pair of jeans, sort of crop jeans with a pair of Converse and a light cardigan over the top, or even with a pair of shorts for a nice warm summer day. I only really have one jersey kind of top, and that's the Tallinn top, and it's also got a dress. So yeah, this top, the main feature of this top is the beautiful princess line at the front. And of course there's a top and a dress with a flared skirt, and there's also a top with a peplum here. I can see this top being worn with a really nice pair of jeans with a spring and maybe a jacket over the top. I'm not really a fan of the dress, and that's because the princess lines extend to the skirt and it's maybe just a little bit too flared for my liking. But I'm sure there are many people out there who adore the Tallinn dress. The designer who owns Itch to Stitch always publishes some really lovely shirts. They have fantastic details, in fact they're fantastic designs. I started off by buying the Nazara, which is this shirt here. It's very simple. It's got a grown on sleeve, a little pocket at the top at the breast there, a nice collar, and it's got a yoke here. Now again, I can see that being worn over a pair of shorts for the summer when you're camping, or when I'm camping, and over a pair of trousers for with, you know, or trousers or jeans with a pair of Converse for a nice Saturday lunch. So yeah, that caught my eye straight away. The Bon shirt was published in 2016, and I was taken by the amount of variations there are in this pattern. Oops. There's a long sleeved shirt here, shirt with sleeves gathered onto a narrow cuff, a short sleeve, and sleeves with a frill on them. I've been looking for a shirt with frilled sleeves or a flounce on the edge of the sleeve for quite a long time, and I haven't found one that I liked. So as soon as I saw the Bon, I put that into my basket. The Bon also has a shirt version. My mum would call it a shirt waister, and I think that would look absolutely gorgeous in a nice lightweight denim or chambray for spring. Bon shirt and dress that I've just showed to you is a button through or button up or button down. I don't know which you'd call it in other parts of the world, but we call it a button through shirt. Whereas the Mila shirt was published in 2015, and it's more of a popover, as you can see here. It has a yoke again. It's got a placket at the front, but it's got either long sleeves or 3/4 sleeves, and you can roll those sleeves up, and there's a little kind of tab that you can roll the sleeves and button them up. The Zamora blouse, which is here, wouldn't normally have been on my radar because it's more of an office kind of blouse and a working from home blouse. But it has a lovely pussy bow at the neck here, and it has either long sleeves or 3/4 sleeves, which are gathered into a cuff. I was persuaded to buy this because on the Itch to Stitch blog, there is someone who's made the Zamora blouse, but they've made it sleeveless, and I've always wanted a sleeveless pussy bow blouse. So I can really see this being made up in a nice white or off-white viscose challis with a nice polka dot on it, a dark blue polka dot. So yeah, I bought that pattern in the hope that I can make it up and wear it for the spring and the summer. My last top is the Coimbra wrap top, as you can see. Now again, I wouldn't have normally gone for a wrap top with a collar, but I did like the wrap top without the collar, which is it's here. They've both got obviously the wrap feature and long sleeves, but I'd like to wear that over the Cartagena cami, and I can see that being a really useful tie cardigan for the spring. A few kind of jumpers now, or toppers. The Arena top, I liked the deep V-neck here with the long sleeves, and although I might not make it for summer, again for spring and for going camping in, it's a really nice top because you can wear it over a tank or over a cami like the Cartagena. So yeah, I can see that being made really nicely in a sweater knit or French terry. There's also the Bella Vista top. Now this can either have a nice drapey cowl or just a round neck, but it's got those princess lines and a flare to the silhouette. You can either have long straight sleeves or flared sleeves, so there's lots of variations in this pattern, and it's quite a nice pattern again to make up into a casual top or a dressy top depending on your fabric choice, and just pop over a skirt or a pair of trousers or a pair of jeans. The Orono top, I bought this because basically it was on a January special. All throughout January, every Tuesday, there was a pattern on special offer, and the Orono was one of these tops. Now it's got the kind of petal bottom, if you like. It's kind of a wrap over, but not. It's got a petal bottom to it. I would probably make that front straight because I wouldn't want the curves hitting my hips and making my hips look bigger than they actually are. But I do like the roll neck and the raglan sleeves. So I think I'd make the Orono in a really nice French terry or sweater knit, but make the front kind of straight rather than a petal shape. I did buy a couple of dress patterns. I've been looking at the Chai shirt and dress for ages. So when it was Kenneth's birthday at the end of January, there was, I think it was about a 30% off sale. This went into my basket. I just like the whole style of this dress and top. It really is my aesthetic. I know it has a slightly flared skirt, but it's got that button through element with a waist shaping. It has a nice and neat collar. You can either have sleeveless or short sleeves, and the shirt has a small peplum. And again, I can really see the dress being made up in a nice poplin or a nice cotton challis for the spring and summer, and wearing a light cardigan over it with some sandals. I think that's just an absolute classic style. And my second dress was the Ladera dress. I'm not convinced that the tie waist will look good on me. It's a woven design, or designed for woven fabrics. I'm not sure the tie at the waist will look good on me. However, I did buy it because I was just intrigued by the whole design and the fact that the tie at the waist is quiet at the moment. So I did buy it. It's obviously a button-through dress. You can either have exposed buttons or a placket to hide the buttons, long sleeves or short sleeves, but you do have the collar, the yoke, and of course the tie. If you've been watching my channel for any length of time, you will know that I have a special place in my heart for jean skirts. So again, for Kenneth's birthday, I popped the Danube skirt into my basket. It's very similar to the Quebec skirt, or the Quebec skirt that was in the winter plans. Except this has an actual fly and an actual button, but it's got all the same features as you'd expect in a denim or jean skirt. So it's got the back pocket, back yoke, the fly zip, front pockets with the, I think it's got a coin pocket there, and obviously you can probably put top stitching on there as well. It's got side splits, obviously in the sides of the skirt, and I think that would look really nice in a nice light denim. And again, the Taroko skirt is actually quite a new skirt, but it has jeans skirt vibes. So it's got, again, the two back pockets. It doesn't have a yoke. It's got straight waistband. It's got the back seam and the deep hem, but the pockets are kind of sewn in to the front seams here. So you haven't got any gaping pockets. They are kind of discreetly placed. Again, I've seen quite a few patterns with this feature, this kind of end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025. So yeah, skirts with pockets like this are quite popular at the moment. The final skirt is the Quebrada skirt. I think I've pronounced that correctly. I'm really intrigued by this design. It is a skirt in panels. It's a woven skirt. It's a skirt in panels. It can either be a knee-length skirt or a longer midi length, but the design is the same really. It does have a zip and a hidden waistband, but the skirt is completely panelled. Now, I think that I've seen the testers and Kenneth wearing this skirt in the pictures that appear on the Itch to Stitch blog, and it just, especially the longer line skirt, just looks so feminine and so slimming, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. So I'm not sure that I would make the skirt or the longer skirt for the summer months, but I certainly would make this in denim, a light denim, or maybe even corduroy for the winter. One pattern that I did have to buy for my winter plans is the Eddystone jeans pattern, which is here. I intended to make the straight leg jeans here rather than the demi boots. I would still like to make these jeans in a stretch denim. We'll now probably make them for spring, but keep watching because I've got some news later on in the video. So yeah, I would still like to make those. I bought the pattern, like I said, to fill the gap because I didn't have the pattern for my winter wardrobe, but I will still make those for spring. I do have quite a few wide leg trousers in my spring and summer wardrobe. Some of them are full length, some of them are 3/4 length. But I thought the Icaria pants were, again, a really nice addition to my patterns for spring and summer. You can either have the 3/4 length here or the Bermuda length. Now, on someone like me, the 3/4 length would probably be longer length. I can see these being made in a beautiful draping viscose challis in a nice plain navy. or maybe even black. I probably wouldn't have the Bermuda length because anything to my knee looks a bit odd on me because I'm not very tall at all. I'm only 5'2", but these have got a front pocket, again side pockets, and an elasticated waist, so they'll be lovely and comfortable, and I can see these being worn with a nice pair of sandals and a nice vest top. Now, Itch to Stitch does have a really nice range of outerwear. And you may have heard me state in the past on my videos that I don't have many coats at all. I've managed to get through the winter with my kind of berry coloured fluffy jacket, which was just enough to keep me warm. But I have made myself a promise that I will make myself some coats for over the summer and into next winter. So when the Envigado vest came up as a January Tuesday saver, obviously I popped it into my basket. Now, I would really like this jacket to have sleeves, and whether I can mash a sleeve pattern onto the body of this, I have no idea. However, it has all the features that I'd really like in a spring jacket. It has a hood if you want, but a stand-up collar if you don't want a hood. It's obviously got a zip and a flap that covers the zip in case of rain. It's got 2 deep front pockets, and it's got beautiful princess seams for shaping. Now that is an absolutely gorgeously designed, gorgeously drafted jacket. I think I'd be making it in waxed cotton to make it waterproof. I don't know if it's lined, I'll have to check, but that is just such a beautiful design. I had to have it, of course. The Andes jacket was another outerwear pattern that caught my eye. This does have a hood, it doesn't have a collar at all. It has a storm flap at the back, it has a nicely shaped seam at the front and going into zipped pockets. And there's an interesting feature on the sleeves as well because the seam is twisted. Again, it's a beautiful design, and I can really see this being made up in a nice soft shell, which is sort of a shower-proof fleece-backed fabric. And again, I don't have a coat like that for spring and summer, so that went into my basket. And then this pattern was released at the beginning of February. The pattern I'd been waiting for. It's the Akari trench coat. It is stunning. Now, usually double-breasted coats, double-breasted designs do not suit me. I'm too short, and the double-breasted effect makes me look much, much wider than I actually am. But I bought the pattern because trench coat patterns are really hard to find, and this is an absolute classic. It has the gun flap, the storm flap, epaulettes, it has sleeve bands, obviously it has the belt, pockets that you put your hands into from the side. It's just beautiful. It's the kind of design that I aspire to make, and that if I wanted a really intricate project that I could work on for hours over the weekends and have a beautiful fitting garment, I would be in my absolute element. It's absolutely gorgeous. So that's my final pattern in my Itch to Stitch haul. So what's happening with my Itch to Stitch winter wardrobe plans? Well, they're not really going to change, apart from I'm going to take a few garments out and I'm going to call it the Itch to Stitch spring wardrobe, because a lot of these designs I can wear in spring going into summer. I mean, we've got the Cartagena here, the Isidro top, we've got the Arenal, the Fars, we've obviously got the Hepburn here with a roll neck, but I did make it with a round neck. I'm not going to bother with a dress or the Tustin dress at all. I'm going to just cross that off my winter plans. And again with the Medellin top, because I don't think I'll be wearing that. I won't add the Sibiu again, obviously because we're going into spring, but the Aviro cardigan I will, the Tavy jacket I will, and the Havard jacket I will. The upland trousers in a nice linen would be gorgeous for the spring. I've already made the Nuzly joggers. as you will have seen on my latest video, I have yet to make the Belleville jeans and the Eddystone jeans, and I have yet to make the Quebec denim skirt and the Balboa midi skirt. I can make the Balboa midi skirt in a nice soft jersey. So what I'm aiming to do is recreate my wardrobe plans, but add a few elements in for springtime, maybe a few tops and a few more cardigans. So over the next few weeks, you'll find me making items for my spring wardrobe and my summer wardrobe, and I will revamp my wardrobe plans. That's all for me this week. Happy sewing, bye!